much as you've asked them to do these first 4 or 5 games?
Well, I mean, it's tough. I mean, the thing about it is when you start the season, you don't get long innings out of your starter. And if they have one bad pitch inning, then, we're hoping that they go 5 or 5 and a fraction. And then when that doesn't happen, then you got to go to your bullpen. And so, the bullpen's been good. I mean, everybody's been good. They just took it from us tonight. And, we had plenty of opportunities. It was big when that, they brought that young kid in. He was throwing lights out, against us. And first time we'd seen him, Rodriguez, he has good stuff. And, he's the one that kind of, shut us down and let them get back in the ball game. I mean, he was throwing as probably as good as anybody we've seen this year.
What did you see just overall from Joe in his outing?
Well, like he had 2 strikes on Albert and got a ball out over the plate. But, I mean, Albert got 3,000 something hits. So, when you give up a hit to Albert, and Joe can throw up a double play at any time. And then, the big blow is when he hit Ohtani. And that created a bases loaded nobody out situation. And damn near takes a miracle to get out of that without giving up something. So, it's like I said, Joe's been good. He's been real good. And we'll try to get him back out there as soon as we can.
Mark Berman.
Dusty, you touched on it a little. As much as you had some issues with the bullpen, leaving the 11 men on really comes back to haunt you, doesn't it?
Yeah, right. I mean, you leave 11 men on, and especially, like I said, we had bases loaded, and they brought in that kid. That kid, I mean, he threw some quality pitches on Bregman. Sometime, it's to their credit and not to our discredit. But we got to find a way, like I said, and then we had a couple situations where we had a runner on second base and nobody out, and it didn't advance him, which could have, scored on a sac fly or infield out or something like that. So, like I said, we had some chances. We did score, quite a few runs, but they outscored us. And, they're a high octane offensive club. Like I said, before the game started, you gotta score every run that you can because they can come back, and especially in this ballpark.
What'd you think of Martin Maldonado's slide there at home plate?
Well, I don't know. He's kind of like guys are laughing about it. I mean, when you think about it, it was a heck of a slide, but then when he rolled and tumbled and stumbled and everything else, I'm just glad he was safe and he wasn't hurt, but it was pretty funny, actually.
Daniel Guerrero.
Hi, Dusty. Today,
Hey,
Kyle Tucker had a 5th straight game with an RBI. What have you seen out of him to start the season?
Well, he's been struggling some. Tuck's not going to hit 160 for too long. That was a heck of a at bat. That was determination at bat in the 9th. And, if he continues to have those kind of at bats, I know he's frustrated. If he continues to have those kind of at bats, and, he's going to hit a ton. So we just got to, keep swinging. In his case, like I said, he hadn't started out good, but his RBI totals are good. And so, we have him in that spot because he's usually a very good RBI man.
And then some of the other guys at the top of the order, Tuve Correa, they all really hit the ball hard tonight. What did you see out of their at bats?
Yeah, they hit the ball good tonight. They should have had some more, especially Correa. He hit a couple balls on the nose, and they weren't falling for him. But you keep swinging, you keep hitting that ball hard like that, something's going to happen. We got to get some guys at the bottom of the order going too, so that the order can roll around. And we got to get Straw and Maldi. We know that they're better than they started, and they're right around the corner from getting it together.
Thank you, Dusty.
You're welcome.
Alden Gonzalez.
Hey, Dusty. There were a couple of incidents tonight when fans threw garbage cans onto the field, as I'm sure you saw. I'm sure you were expecting some level of hostility when fans were back in the stadiums to begin the season. Do you feel like maybe that crosses maybe a little bit of a line, doing stuff like that?
Well, definitely. I mean, you could tell the amount of hostility and the amount of hatred in the stands, and how many in the stands have never done anything wrong in their life, or we paid the price for it. How many people have not cheated, on the test or whatever at some point in time? I mean, it's easy, if you live in glass houses, but I don't think anybody lives in glass houses. And, I think that, sometimes we need to look at ourselves before you, spew hate on somebody else. Like I said, it's a sad, situation for America to me, when you hear things. I mean, what are the kids supposed to think in the stands? Or, and some of them are kids, they're following their parents. And it's sad to me. Like I said, people make mistakes, and, we paid for ours, and, I wish they'd leave it alone.
What have you thought of the reception so far, just relative to what you might have expected coming into the year? Any worse, any better? And how do you think your players have responded to it?
Well, hey man, they responded by beating on that ball, really. If you haven't noticed, and you can't let that bother you. You gotta channel it. Like I said, you can't carry that scarlet letter around all your life. I mean, we've paid the price. How many times can you say you're sorry? And that's all you can do. And all you can do is go on with your life. Like I said, I don't see, there aren't many saints walking around on this earth. And if they are, I don't recognize them.
Thanks, Dusty.
Adam
Okay.
Spillane.
Dusty, did you notice a difference in Garcia's stuff after the third?
Yeah, like he wasn't getting his breaking ball over early. And like if you're not getting your breaking ball over, then they can sit on your fastball. And so, I mean, that's his first start. I mean, this is this is early in the season. We played 4 games or 5 games, and it's a long season. Some guys start hot, some guys start cold, some guys build into it. But definitely, as long as the effort and the concentration is there, that's all you can ask for. And I mean, here we are, 4-1 start, and we're talking about this game. So we got to flush this game and then come back tomorrow, and have a heck of a road trip. I mean, I'll take 5-1 all day long to start the season, or on the road. So. I just think we're being a bit critical. So let's call tonight.
Okay, last one for Dusty. Chandler Rome.
Dusty, was Presley an option in the 8th when Joe started faltering? Did you think of going to Presley there?
No, I didn't think it started. Because what happens to a sinker ball pitcher, he can pitch his way in and out of trouble with one pitch. And I mean, it's easy to. Hindsight's 2020. You can always say, how come we didn't go to this guy or that guy? But we still had to get through the 9th, And so, once Joe got in trouble, like I said, what hurt in that situation was when we hit Ohtani. So, they just took it from us tonight. I mean, we can replay it or regurgitate it or whatever you want to say. How come we didn't bring in this guy or that guy? But it's easy from where everybody else is sitting. And, we do have a game, tomorrow.